Hello everyone, I'm Noel Lennon.
I'm Green Giant.
And welcome to the last thing in the Kung Fu Panda Marathon. It's the shit Secrets of the Masters.
Sadly, yes. Well, not as shit as Legends of Awesomeness.
Fair enough, but actually straight away before we start, Uguay was once again replaced the DreamWorks fisherman. Do you think they're going to use that for all the future Kung Fu Panda things?
I reckon they will.
I like this.
Looks cool.
I like the fact they're using the Musician's Village track here. It's pretty cool.
Huh.
Now, basically, what the problem with this short is also what the premise of the short is. It's talking about the histories of Master Storming Ox, Croc, and Rhino. The problem with it is they're not interesting, and I didn't care about learning their backstories.
No, not at all.
Actually, a really creepy line we just talked over then. When they were standing on the roof, Tigress goes, "Whose hand was that?" And Mantis goes, "I don't even have hands." Now, who else is with them and really think about that? That's disturbing. That means Poe just touched her. This is the best parts of this short are the beginning and the end when you see Poe and Tigress and that.
Yeah.
That's funny and interesting.
The rest of it is just whatever.
Now, if this had been an episode of Legends of Awesomeness, this would have been adequate. This would have been fine, because again, it's teaching us about some secondary characters.
Yeah.
And it's teaching you a lesson about fighting for others and not fighting for yourself.
Yeah.
That would have been, as an episode, that would have been quite interesting. But because it's a short, I didn't want to learn about these characters. I never cared about them. You know what this short should have been?
Come.
It should have been maybe Poe talking to Shifu or Tigress or something about how he felt about learning that he's the last of his race and everything. That would have been interesting, and it would have given some character development. Okay, maybe it wouldn't have been a short. Maybe that would have been about 10 minutes long or something like that. I don't know. Maybe someone's already done that on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just telling the audience. I was nudging George to saying that I've done something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm not plugging you.
Now, what do you think? Do you agree with what I said about these characters just aren't interesting enough?
Yes.
Okay.
You forget about them after the first one.
Oh no, seriously people, George has just watched this for the first time before we're recording this, and there was a bit later on, remember when, when they're walking down, was it within the volcano, and I went, well, and you said, what's going on, and I said, oh, they're going to go defeat Suwo, and you went, who the fuck is Suwo? And you'd forgotten about them completely. That was an incredible moment. That's how fucking unmemorable they are.
It's terrible.
Actually, something I do like about Storming Ox and that, Dennis Haysbert returns to voice Master Ox.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know who voices Master Croc, but I'm just telling you now, it sounds nothing like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Actually, something something that's confused me about this is Master Rhino. We're gonna see in a minute that he's in his danger room. He's talking to his father. His father looks exactly the same as the Master Rhino that's in Kung Fu Panda 2. So is that Master Rhino right there on the screen now? Is that the one that's killed in 2, or is that his father that's killed in 2? No idea.
Yeah.
Never explained.
Who knows?
Randall. I'm not going to even attempt his name. Not again. Returns to voice Master Uguay. I think he does a good job in this. I think he's the best voice acting in the flashback. Something that I hated, and I pointed out to you several times. Master Ox's power that he can sense, he's a tactical genius. One, that gets contradicted so many times later on because he makes such fucking dumb decisions.
Yeah.
And two, that is a terrible power because it's never... Because it's... In Kung Fu Panda 2, it never gave an indication that he was a tactical genius. So, why? But I can make the excuse for Master Croc because he's a crocodile. They have quite a thick hide, so I can kind of...
Oh, it's these guys again.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's funny you mention that because these characters have been used before.
Ah.
That's how fucking bad characters they are when they've been used before in this franchise and you completely forgot about them. They were used in the Kung Fu Panda game as Tai Lung's minions.
Ah, yeah.
Look at you pretending to remember that.
Of course not. I've completely forgotten about them.
Yeah, they aren't interesting, and they were actually something quite interesting about them. They were going to be in the first film as minions of Tai Lung, but they thought, no, it's a fucking dumb idea. Because it'd be more interesting if Tai Lung was like a Terminator figure, you know, like but a force of nature by himself. So they thought he didn't really need minions or an army. So
they got dumped here.
Yeah. Like I said, if this was an episode of Legends of Awesomeness, I can kind of go, okay, yeah, this is a pretty decent episode because again, it teaches more kung fu philosophy. And it fills in the backstories of the some characters. But because it's a short, I don't care about it at all.
It doesn't feel overly necessary.
No. There should have been a short, but it shouldn't have been on this subject. This isn't interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, something you said is literally as soon as you finished it, you went, well, that was a thing, because you had nothing to say about it.
Not really, no. Okay.
No. Something weird actually. Master Oogway sounds. I know this is a flashback. He's supposed to sound younger, but his voice actor, he sounds so much younger in this. It sounds weird. I guess
he doesn't have the sort of calmness in him.
Yeah.
Which
I think that might just.
He's a little character. I don't know.
I was just gonna say actually. I think that might just be because in Kung Fu Panda he doesn't fight anyone or do. A lot of the time he's just walking about being calm. So, but in this he's being a bit more active.
Seems like what he would be. Sort of a calm, logical sort of thinker, sort of thing.
Well, he is, but I think it's just because he's in more active role, plays a more active role in this, like literally travelling with them and later on saving them from death. I think it gives a sense of.
Afterwards, it just sounds like he's bored or something.
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't know, but
I do like Oogway, and this is really sarcastic and clever. Actually, talk about the soundtrack quick. This uses a lot, mainly uses the. Actually, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you see young Master Rhino. His father looks. I don't know if he grows up to look exactly the same with the same robe or anything, but
really
something that's quite interesting is this. The soundtrack. This uses a lot of tracks from Kung Fu Panda 2. Like it's going to use Save Kung Fu in a minute when it shows them traveling to the whatever this fucking volcano's called. I've forgotten already.
I've got a point here in a minute.
Actually, that was hang on. That was a terrible line, Suwu, when you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Wait till you see it.
Is it coming up in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. I do like the voice acting, and a good thing is, all the Wu sisters are voiced by the same voice actress.
I might be wrong though, but where's this shadow coming from? That giant back. Is there light on the side?
Yeah.
Why was it coming from the back? That seems to be the only light in the room.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a lighting issue.
It's a bit weird. Why is it so big? And
I don't know. If the fire was in front of them, maybe I could forgive it. Actually, no, there was a bit of fire, but the shadow's going in the completely wrong direction.
Exactly, I don't.
Actually, another thing I pointed out was, how come in a world full of animals that know kung fu and everything, they've still got domesticated animals like that? I mean, like Kung Fu Panda 1, Zeng, the messenger, is just he can talk and everything.
Yeah.
See, like here, it's using this bit from Save Kung Fu. And I'm going to be honest, we're not even halfway through and I'm already bored of this.
Yeah.
I do like this narration from Poe, though.
Stop for a picnic lunch at the jagged cliffs of death. Plowed through the fields of cherry blossoms, which would have been a much better place for lunch.
Yeah, I do like It's quite nice to see actually Poe explaining this stuff to Tigress and Mantis. It's like making Tigress look not completely infallible, like she doesn't know everything. But again, why does Poe know this?
Yeah.
Who told him?
I'll give you a tenth of the take. It's generous, I know. Ox offered a third. I'm back. I'll give you half. I'm going again.
I think actually another interesting thing is like the idea that not everyone uses kung fu for just means. Not, I mean, like I know Tai Lung was evil and everything, but I mean like, as in good characters who use it for unjust means, like making money in street fighting. Again, that's quite interesting, but because they don't. They're more silly than actually bad, so I don't really see when they become good. I don't feel like it's like, yeah, they've become good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not bad people, so I don't really. And they're more silly than anything.
You don't actually feel great because they've come around. It's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
good for you.
Kind of predictable. Like I said, again, if this had been a Legends of Awesomeness episode, this would have been cool because it shows us more of Oogway's kind of past and what he like him going around righting wrongs and everything. That's quite interesting because a lot of Legends of Awesomeness, I've said this before,
I know how you can all get what
a lot of the bad guys like is it Feng Wan or something like Feng Wan? Yeah, the owl. Pretty much say she was Oogway's friend. She turned evil. Oogway beat her up and stuff. Like that's basically a lot of the backstory. Like Keepar is like he's an enemy of Oogway. Oogway beat him up and stuff. That's basically a lot of the bad guy's backstory, and that's just lazy.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Oogway's like you see him more kind of recruiting good people into Kung Fu, like he did with Monkey.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he goes around spreading the gospel literally while Shifu's back at the pad, you know, like kind of watching the palace and valley.
Yeah.
And speaking of timeline stuff, does this take place before or after he's adopted Tigress? So is Tai Lung, because it never really... That would have been interesting, like if he'd said like he'd left Shifu with Tai Lung or something like that, just to give it a bit more continuity.
Yeah.
Again, where... Actually, what do you think of the animation? Because again, this uses cell shaded animation. Sorry, like 2D cell shaded for the flashback and computer animation for the present. I really like that because, like I said before in Secrets of the Five, it gives it way more of a kind of legend feel.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's really good. I think this might be one of the best ones in terms of animation.
Yeah,
but
the animation definitely, especially the computer stuff, really looks great.
Just not lighting.
Yeah,
I mean, some of it's
apart from that one bit. Again, this is where my problem with Ox's tactical brilliance bullshit come from, right? If he's a tactical genius, he should, you know, he should know what Oogway's going to do, but he doesn't because they needed him to fall in down into that pit.
Yeah.
Why did he just suddenly lose his balance like that? He wasn't really standing on the edge.
Yeah.
Again, I like this Kung Fu philosophy, like, because you've helped me, you've helped yourself. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
help yourself.
Any positives that we have? Do you want me to, I'll do mine first, then you do, okay. As usual. The animation's really good. I think the voice acting, even for Suwu, is very good. But it's just that she doesn't get a lot of character development or anything. I like the music. The original pieces in this are really quite great. Because again, Hans Zimmer returns to do it with John Powell and Henry Jackman. Who also does the music for Secrets of the Five and Holiday Special.
Alright.
If this had been made for TV, this would have been very, very good. But because it's a DVD short made by DreamWorks, I don't really think it's not that necessary, really.
No.
Like you said.
I don't think like I've gained anything from watching this.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, you just...
I mean, yeah, you gain some backstory, but it's like...
The only thing I felt when I watched this was, thank God we're seeing Poe in a new thing. Poe, Tigress, Mantis. I like seeing these characters in new things. So,
yeah.
And I like seeing what the characters are like after Kung Fu Panda 2. But I don't really. Again, I like the fact Zenball Master's used here. It makes this scene a bit more epic. Actually, a really cool thing there. It's 2 seconds there, but when he goes under that lava, he goes into his shell. Oh. It's really swift and everything. You don't really see it, but it's really, really nice detail. The lava detail's quite nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep, Oogway can just do that, whatever. Okay, what are your positives? Don't just say the same as mine.
No. Positives. I'm struggling with this one.
I think we're doing alright.
No, I mean with positives.
Alright.
Well, like I said, the animation's good, pretty good. I want to moan about lighting a bit in places. It's a bit dodgy, but it's still acceptable.
Okay,
voice acting's still great and whatever.
Do you want to just do on the negatives then? Just do some. I know we've already said a few, but
there's still a few more coming up, I think.
Yeah. The story, while kind of it's teaching you something, I don't think it's that well written or anything. I don't think, like, for instance, these characters don't have enough depth. So when they do turn good, quotation marks, I don't feel like they've actually changed that much.
Yeah.
the characters themselves, Ox, Croc, and Rhino, are boring.
Yeah.
This did not need to be made. Suwu is
That
a
was it.
What?
I was gonna say I've completely forgotten about them. I couldn't remember their name.
Yeah, this was the point where Poe said it. Where
I could not.
sorry, not
remember
Poe.
their name.
I called you Poe. This is the point where Poe said it. I went to say this is the point where George said it.
I've forgotten their names.
Yeah, and you just kind of were like, who the fuck's Suwu? Uncle Owen! Oh, Baru! I'm sorry, but this does remind me of that. What was that really great line you said when we were watching this? Oh, you said something really funny.
I don't know.
Oh no, you just said you forgot and that was it. You just forgot who the fuck they were. Okay, more negatives. Suwu just isn't that interesting as a villain. She gets 2 scenes to herself, which isn't enough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to talk about like, oh, she was abandoned as a child, that's what she's a villain.
But she's on screen for like 30 seconds or something, I think.
Yeah, just make those characters interesting. You don't have to make them like Shen, who's massively developed and who's like has this great backstory.
It's only like 20 minutes, but
yeah,
she should surely have like at least 4 to 5 minutes or something.
It's not hard to make the characters interesting.
Uh-huh.
It is for Nickelodeon because they can't do it. Legend of Awesomeness.
It's time to change course.
With your unstoppable force. Go on, you fucking wanted to say it. Oh, by the way, I hate that rhyming bullshit they do. That's so annoying.
Yeah.
I only like it in Banjo-Kazooie because it's funny there. Okay, what happens to all of these villains that are gathered there? Because I can't remember. Do they just kind of run away?
I guess so.
No, they don't. Okay, they're still standing there.
The street fighters. I watched you from my cell.
How? It was in a doorway.
Came to arrest us.
Why does everyone think we only do things for money?
Because you do.
I did quite like that one.
We did.
Okay, yeah, they do run away. Okay, I forgot about that.
There.
Actually, I'm going to have to stand up.
Why?
I've got cramp. Mind cramp. Oh, you pointed
Right,
this out.
this is a massive fucking problem. It's
Go on, then.
really annoying. I said about trying to stop them. It's obvious you would go for the middle.
Yeah.
It's like
Doesn't take a
place
tactical
you'll go.
genius. Also, another
And then
problem.
they said about like aiming in a minute for the middle. It's like, well, how can you miss it? It's the fucking middle. It's not like 2 centimeters from the middle to the left slightly and diagonally down 3.
Yeah, it's.
What?
This is kind of annoys me as well because the Croc thing is just like he says he's slowing it down, but if you actually look at it, it doesn't slow down at all. So it's like his contribution is nil.
They're spinning too fast. I can't get a clear shot.
Do you want to start doing final thoughts now on this whole marathon? Because like, there's not a lot left. There's like 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, let's do final thoughts on this quick. It's not that great. If it had been a TV episode of Legends of Awesomeness, this would have been really good.
Yeah. See, that wasn't too hard, was it?
Yeah.
Didn't really think about that.
Okay. Is that basically your opinion? If it had been an episode of that TV show, it would have been good.
I think that's our sort of overall verdict on it, really.
Yeah. It's not. If you don't like Kung Fu Panda, this will not sway you. Seriously.
No.
Okay.
It's one of the better looking ones.
Yeah, easily. Okay, let me just do our Kung Fu Panda marathon thing now. It's been really fun doing this. Unfortunately, we had to end on a low note, but
Yeah. Can't all be good.
we were talking about it, and we said, I know we said before about us doing all episodes of Legend of Awesomeness, but we want to kind of concentrate on other things first. Like we're doing our the next marathon we're going to do. I think did we agree it was going to be the Spider-Man marathon?
I think so. We might just throwing a bit of the gaming stuff at the same time. I think.
Yeah, but
Keep that going as we go along, because that's quite easy.
we're not doing it because it's easy. Shut up.
Well, no, I mean it's easy.
Don't you ruin it?
No, I meant.
Okay, based.
What I meant.
Okay, based.
It's easy to slot in between. Fuck off! It's easy to slot in between like doing commentaries.
Yeah.
It's only takes like 20 minutes. It's nice and easy. Just do once every week or something.
Okay. I've really enjoyed this marathon. We'll continue. We're kind of taking a break from the marathon because there's not really that much more we can do apart from the TV show. We won't do that unless there's an episode worth talking about. Either it's so good or it's so bad worth talking about.
We're definitely not going to do them all though.
Fuck that. We say that when a year's time we've done them all just because we have to wait until Kung Fu Panda 3.
I won't bring myself to do it.
No.
But
I do this like this line from Poe in a minute. The Shank of Shantu. What the fuck?
Used by you to repair the hole you made in my ceiling.
Yep.
Doors open
It's
every minute.
yeah, I'm sad that we got to this point because this is the last thing where the main cast are in it, because after this it's just a TV show and we know that's not worth getting excited about.
No, not at all. Yeah, but this has been really quick and quite easy to do.
I like to imagine that post-stocking until Kung Fu Panda 3. He should suffer if we suffer. Hang on a minute, shouldn't Shifu or the Tigress and Mantis hear him? They didn't have that long to walk out.
Probably, but
it probably might have been funny if Tigress and Mantis and that got stuck in there with him. Okay, that was it. That was Secrets of the Masters. Yep. I like this original track that's playing now. Yeah. So that was Secrets of the Masters. We hope you enjoyed, because we didn't. I'm joking, of course. We enjoyed doing the commentary. Yeah, that was it. So we'll see you down the road.